Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You know what it is. Today we're going to be jumping into my Boxycharm BOXYLUXE for the month of December. Over the next few days I will be uploading my premium box and my base box. For this month, I'm going to be completely honest, all three boxes were basically a full face in each box. So normally I'll try to film both and get them up quickly, but for this month I have to film each one individually. So it is going to take me a little extra time. So if you want to see today's video as well as the base and premium unboxings, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I do upload every other day. That'll be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I am posting. Plus, I do want to let you guys know I have a huge giveaway going up on my Instagram in the next few days. So make sure you are following Glam over on Instagram so you guys can get probably the biggest giveaway I have done all year. This one is massive. So go to Instagram, follow for the chance to enter the giveaway. And if you want to see my Luxe unboxing, stay tuned. Okay, so first out of the box is the theme card. This month is Boxycharm Bubbles and Glitz, which is honestly really cute for New Year's. Everybody always thinks like Christmas, Hanukkah. I mean, there's literally like 25 different major holidays for all of the religions of the world in the month of December. It is a huge month for pretty much every religion, but New Year's I feel like always gets underappreciated when it comes to like there'll be like a New Year, New Me in January, but the fact that there's like the glitz and glam New Year vibe for all of December I think is really good. This year, or this month, my variation is a little different, so I don't know if there's just no variations, but mine says C 2012-409. So it's no longer like Luxe Box 4 or whatever. First item out of the box is actually going to have my base already done. So let's talk about the products I'll be using. So the first item out of the box comes from Luxe Brushes. This is the Luxe Glitter and Gold brush set. I'm going to open it. It comes in a like faux suede leather style pouch, and they are these really pretty gold brushes. I'm going to use all of these for everything today. The Luxe Glitter and Gold brush set offers a complete range of brushes for foundation, contouring, highlight, and blending. This set has all you need to create perfect holiday looks. This fabulous set comes tucked in a durable, easy-to-clean, festive red brush pouch. Retails for $85, and this is a Boxycharm exclusive product, which you know I love me an exclusive product. So all the brushes I will be using today will be coming out of this. I'm going to do my best to use no brushes from anything else. Jumping into the next item I will not be using on camera. This is the Butte Beauty Co. Original Glam Smile Kit. Your Butte OG Smile Kit whitens and brightens your smile in 15 minutes. From binge watching Netflix to jet setting around the globe. The mission is to accompany in the clouds, elevating your self-care routine while maintaining age-old status. Retails for $89. I have been sitting on the Snap White from my Boxy pop-up like 2 Boxy pop-ups ago, and I'm going to be honest, I still have not even used that one. So I'm going to pop this one in an upcoming giveaway because I don't need another teeth whitening set. I'm going to use the one that is already sitting in my drawer ready for me. While I'm on the things I'm not going to use on camera, I'm going to talk about the next few first, and there are a few, and you're going to get the tea on why I'm not going to be putting them on my face or using them. The first is from Sunday Riley. This is the Good Genes Serum. Sunday Riley Good Genes Serum is a multitasking, targeting lactic acid treatment for rapidly exfoliating and boosting your natural radiance, visibly reducing fine lines, wrinkles, dark spots. A high-potency formula exfoliates dull, pore-clogged, dead skin, and instantly clarifies to reveal smoother, clearer skin. With skin brightening licorice, this super concentrated treatment also visibly reduces the look of dark spots and discoloration caused by the exposure to the sun for a naturally brighter, even skin tone. Retails for $85. Now, I have used this product before. I've actually gone through whole tubes of this, but I'm currently using a lactic acid serum from Olga Lorenzen Skincare, and you don't need 2 lactic acid serums at a time, so I'm going to wait until I finish that one before I open this one. On any of these jars, right here, it says in open jar 12 months. That means once you open this and you start pumping it, 12 months after you open it, it will expire and go bad. I recently cleared out all of my expired skincare from my drawer, so opening things I don't need is definitely something I'll be putting to the side, especially if I already know I like it. So that is something I'll be using in the future, but not something I will be using currently. Next, from the Lifestyle Co., this is the Temple Rub Calming Oil. What's more relaxing than lavender? This temple rub, of course. Super blend of oils can help to assist relieving headaches, stress, and anxiety. Retails for $24. I actually got a lavender oil with a cute little amethyst in it in my Bella Skin box, I want to say 3 months ago, and I am still loving that, so no need to open two that do the exact same thing. That one is an anti-anxiety calming oil as well. Same lavender style scent, so I really don't need two open, so I'm going to set this to the side. Next, from Avant Skincare, this is the Intensifying Redness, wow, I can't even read. Intensive Rednessifying Glycolic Acid Day Moisturizer. That's a lot of different letters, and words are hard today. Words are hard every day. The ideal remedy against time, this day moisturizer aims to offer a complete response to signs of skin slacking. Revolutionary formula with rich texture combines glycolic acid and mica to correct the effects of epidermal aging and improves skin density, luminosity, and volume. Retails for $123. I have like 4 moisturizers open right now, so I'm not ready for this. Same 12-month open jar, so that's just going to get set to the side. I'm not sure if I will end up using it because I do find Avant Skincare to be a little bit too heavy for my skin. My skin is combo leaning oily, and their stuff is super hydrating, and I live in Florida. I'm no longer in New York where it's super dry in the winter. It's raining right now. It's nice and humid out. Like, my skin does not, I mean, look at me. I'm already, like, shiny. I don't need that much more hydration, so I'm going to stick to my lightweight moisturizers. I got some backups of the Marc Jacobs Youthquake from Boxycharm a couple months ago that I'm still working through because I love that moisturizer. And there are 2 eyeshadow products today, and the last time I tried to use a cream eyeshadow on camera with a powder eyeshadow, I feel like one stole the show, so I'm only going to be using one today. The one I will not be using is from Rockins Cosmetics. This is the Hot Mess Threesome Glitter Gel Pens. They are cream eyeshadow in green, blue, and black. Blend all around the eye for dramatic color. Retails for $40. I'm not going to use this because I personally am more excited about the palette that I'm going to use. I know that's literally 5 out of 8 products that I'm not using, but we're going to do a full test on the other 3. So I'm going to start by priming my eyelids. Once again, everything I use today will be coming out of this brush set. I did already take the plastic off and clean them with a little Cinema Secrets brush cleanser. So I am just going to grab my translucent powder so that I can set down my eye primer. I am going to do eyes first today. So I'm going to be taking the 510 foundation brush. I will be using this for foundation as well, but I'm going to start, where's my mirror, by taking a little bit of my eyeshadow primer and just using this foundation brush just to pull it over my lids. What I like about foundation brushes like this is it really applies a nice thin layer. And then I do just like to grab my wet sponge. This is the Snowman sponge from Base Blue. I think it is the cutest thing ever, and I've been really enjoying it. And I'm just going to pat out any creases, pick up any extra product. And then with my fluffy powder brush, I'm just going to set down the eye primer. I'm not really like being careful with this because I'm going to do my brows later, and if I get a little powder on my under eye, obviously I have not done complexion yet, so it is not a big deal. For eyeshadow today, I'm using a formula I already know I like. This is from Hip Dot. We got the purple palette a couple months ago in, I believe it was a Boxycharm Premium. This is the blue and green palette, which is so pretty. The C-Note Pressed Eyeshadow Palette retails for $30. Unleash your inner goddess through the alluring blues and gleaming golds of C-Note in homage to the sacred underground pools of Mexico. This hyper-pigmented palette, you'll find a mix of mattes and shimmers pulled directly from the magical deep. That's what we're going to use today, and I will be using the Luxie brushes. So I'm going to go into the Fluffy Blender brush, and I'm going to take the shade Bedrock right here. And I'm just going to define the crease. And once I feel like that color is in the crease nicely, I'm then just going to turn the brush on its side and blend above the crease for some added shading. Next, on the flat shader brush, I'm going to go into the shade Ojos, which is the darker, it's got a little bit of like an orangey brown to it, and I'm just going to gently take that on the outer portion of the eye underneath where I put that first shade, just to build a little definition. And then once I feel like it's on there, I'm going to pull it down onto the lid just to begin giving ourselves a new, bigger eye shape. Giving it a quick blend with that first brush. Next, on the slanted brush, I'm going to go into the shade, do I want to go neutral or do I want to go, I'm going to go a little warmer. I'm going to take Subsurface, which is the dark brown up here, and I'm going to take that just on the tip of the brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the outermost corner, gently applying a small amount of this powder, and then blending up towards the crease, really making sure I'm getting this entire shape. All right, I will add more of that color in a little bit after we put on the lid shade, which I think I'm going to use Jungle down here because it's this really pretty frosty turquoise, which is such a beautiful color. I am going to grab a setting spray and mist this because the Hip Dot formula works very well wet, but I do like the way it grabs on when you go in. I'm sorry, it works really well dry, but I like the way it grabs a little bit better when it's wet. Going back into that first shader brush, I'm just going to blur out the edges a little bit. I love the way the color looks, but we definitely need to deepen up the outer portions of the eye because it's looking a little bit brighter than I want, and I do want it to be a little grungy. So I'm going to go into Sacred, the like navy gray, with that, I guess the third brush I used, and I am going to pull that from the outermost corner, and I'm going to start feathering it towards the lid, and I'm just going to look straight forward, and until I get to just around where my pupil is, I'm going to shade, because I really want to smoke that out a bit, and that's a good guide for how far in to take that color. Because if you go in too far, the whole thing looks muddy, like a too smoky of an eye. But if you keep it just at where your pupil looks forward, that is like the perfect guide for where you want to keep that color. Back into that first brush, we're just going to blend over all of that just to soften it. I still want it to be dark and smoky, but I want it to be dark and smoky and intentional. We don't want it to be dark and smoky and messy. And you guys know when I do a cool toned eye, I love a warm crease. So I'm going to go back into a mixture of these two warmer browns. And I am just going to soften the crease once more. And you notice how that blue, when you put a little bit of that like orangey brown above it, just becomes so much cooler and pops so much more. All right, there is no mascara in the box. So I am going to do that off camera. For now, I'm going to jump into the flat contour brush and the powder and foundation brush, and I'm going to do my full complexion right now with you guys. All right, so my skin is already primed, so let's jump right into complexion. Today I'm going to use my MVP Tinted Moisturizer from Beauty For Real because it's my favorite. I'm going to take that right on this brush. You don't need a lot. A little goes a long way, plus you can sheer it out. I feel like with this really bold blue smoky eye look today, I'm probably going to end up going a little bit more on the glam side, but we will see. It's going to look way too dark at first, but this stuff sheers out beautifully. So what I'm going to do is with this brush, I'm just going to move this around, and then I will take a sponge over it to sheer it out. You guys know that is my go-to foundation technique. Apply with a brush, finesse with a sponge. All right, I did pop on some concealer, and I'm actually going to use the contour brush to stipple that in because I don't really do cream contour. Definitely went a little overboard on the concealer, but that's okay because we're going to fix it. And then with the sponge, which is going to meld all these colors together, blend it all out, pick up whatever extra product we don't need, and make the whole thing look seamless. Then going into my setting powder, this one is from Huda Beauty. We are just going to powder, well, for me, everything, because my skin is oily. Okay, so that is the first place where I feel like this brush set is missing. The brushes work really well, but I like a nice, fluffy, really large dome brush just to make sure that I really get a thin layer of powder, but I get it everywhere. This one is also from Base Blue. It basically feels like a giant brush powder puff. but it just helps everything look so much more seamless when you can just bounce a brush like this everywhere. I mean, the brushes are all working really well, and I have zero complaints about any of them. I just wish there was a large, fluffy powder brush, because this is that brush type that I know I use every single day. All right, now that that is done, I am going to throw a liner in my waterline so we can finish up the eyes. I am going to use, I think I'm going to use a brown, just because I feel like I don't want this to get too dark. So I'm taking the Beauty For Real Whiskey Liner into my waterline. And notice how I'm taking it really tight to the inner corner, but then when I get to the outer portion of the eye, I'm taking it down just a tiny bit more. This is just going to help trick the eye to look a little more upturned, since my eyes naturally are a little more even. Going into the dense flat shader brush again, we're just going to buff that out. Next, I'm going to go into that medium warm brown, and just going to buff that on the entire under eye. And then on the very tip, taking a tiny bit of that dark blue, just in the outermost area of the lower lash, before going into that big fluffy brush and just blending it out. All right, there is no brow or lashes in the box, so I'm gonna go do my brows and throw on mascara off camera, and I'll be right back for the next item. All right, mascara and brows are on. The last item out of the box comes from Iconic London. This is the Blaze Chaser Face Palette. Oh, that's pretty. An ultra-versatile face palette featuring 6 shades of butter smooth velvety powders that complement all skin tones. This convenient palette contains shades for sculpting and bronzing to add natural-looking warmth and definition, blush shades to lift the face to give you a must-have lit from within glow, and a highlight shade for a flattering candlelit radiance. This is a new launch, retails for $55. So I'm going to jump into a large bronzer brush, because again, no large brushes, and I'm going to take the top left bronzer color. Okay, so it is not, it's very firmly packed. So the first couple times you dip your brush in, it is not going to pick up a lot of product, which is actually pretty good. But once you really get your brush in there, it will start to pick it up. Going into the, they call it the taper highlighter brush. I'm gonna have to use this for blush and highlighter. So I'm gonna start with this shade up here, top left. And I'm just going to add a soft glow to the cheekbones. And then I'm going to blend my blush over that, just so that the cheeks are nice and blushy, but nice and glowy. So first thing right off the bat, if you're into a blinding highlight, definitely use a denser brush. From the looks of it, you can get it there and build it to blinding. But if you like more of that lit from within soft glow, you can definitely get that. I'm going to take mostly this blush and then a tiny bit of that one, just to add a little bit of warmth to the cheek. That's really pretty. Definitely a lot more pigment in the shimmer formulas than there is in the matte formulas. Like if you want that matte blush, you're going to have to dig your brush in pretty heavy. But you can go in pretty lightly with the highlighty, or even this duochrome. I'm gonna call that the orgasm shade. It's like that pink and gold duochrome like NARS has been doing for years. But all in all, it's working. I'm just really having to load it up. So not necessarily a bad palette, but definitely something that's gonna take a little bit of finesse to figure out. I'm gonna grab my wet sponge just to really press that into the cheek. That is the key to having powders not sit on top of your skin, is taking a wet sponge and really pressing them in. All right, I'm gonna go throw on a quick lip and we'll talk through the entire box. All right, so let's talk through the box. Now, obviously I have only used 3 products today, but they retail for $85 for the brushes, $55 for this palette, and $30 for this palette. I will say I don't love the palette, but based on the price of the brushes and the palette, plus the items that I already know I love that I'm going to be using in the future. I definitely got my money's worth out of the box. That being said, this is the Luxe box, which is a retail value of $50, but let's find out the value. This box has a retail value of $531, which is literally 10 times what you paid for the box. So definitely worth it for me, even for the 3 products we use today and the stuff that's going into my giveaways or backups, etc. So let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to check out my Instagram for the giveaway that will be coming within the next few days. And stay tuned because in the next few days I'll be posting my premium and base unboxing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!